Hello, Mountain View Bible Camp friends and family. Thank you for joining us again for Mountaintop Adventure Series as we continue to read the book Love Came Down at Christmas by Sinclair B. Ferguson. Today, Chapter 7, One Great Mystery. Love does not boast. 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4. The Authorized King James Version of the Bible sounds so much more eloquent than modern versions when it translates these words of charity vaunteth not itself. But the words themselves describe something malevolent. When Paul says, love does not boast, the verb he uses appears only here in the New Testament. It means to grow large, but without substance. Put more brutally, to be a windbag. It is a verb often associated with the use of words, either spoken or written. Of course, the development of social media now enables us to boast in pictures form too. We sometimes speak about people who are all style and no substance. A friend I was visiting gave me a recording of a sermon to listen to while he ran an errand. He was interested to know what I thought of it. He knew what he was doing. I listened for 10 minutes and could bear it no longer. The voice was magnificent, the presentation dramatic, the pronunciation perfect. But in 10 minutes, the preacher had said nothing. There was wordiness and eloquence, but there was no weight. It was all too showy. Whatever words were used, the subliminal message seemed to be, see how eloquent I am, but love. And preaching should always be an expression of love to those who are listening. Does not draw attention to itself. It deliberately seeks to follow the way of humility, and not in order to show how humble it is. Why is love never like this? Because of something that is basic to becoming a Christian. Simon Garfield's book, Mauve, was a subtitle that prepares us for the story it tells. How one man invented a color that changed the world. In the mid-19th century, the color dyeing of materials was a painstaking and expensive process. Garfield tells us that the garments used in one royal procession in the 19th century required the death of 10 million insects. But all that changed in 1856 when William Perkin, an 18-year-old chemist, was working on a treatment for malaria in his little house laboratory and accidentally made a dark, oily sludge instead of artificial quinine. But it turned out that this sludge could turn silk into a beautiful light purple, mauve. It soon became the most sought-after shade in the fashion house of London and Paris, and earned Perkin both a fortune and a knighthood. He turned chemistry into technology. The Tribune wrote that his feat would remain unequaled until the time came when chemists found a way of making artificial food. Sir William Perkin was a Christian. When he was on his deathbed, someone said to him, Sir William, you will soon hear the well done, good and faithful servant. In response, he said, the children are in Sunday school. Give them my love and tell them always to trust Jesus. He then began to recite Isaac Watts' hymn, Crucifixion, to the world by the death of Christ. When I survey the wondrous cross on which the Prince of Glory died, my richest gain I count but loss, and pour contempt on all my pride. Reaching the last line, He commented quietly, "Proud? Who could be proud? How can a man be empty of pride when he has revolutionized an industry, be honored by his queen, and made a fortune? You need to know something about yourself that is bigger than anything you have achieved or ever could." Sir William knew what that was. It created an atmosphere so rich and dense that it asphyxiated pride. It creates humility, a disposition that is deeper than modesty. What is it? The love of Jesus Christ for us. It causes what the 19th century Scottish minister Thomas Chalmers called the explosive power of a new affection. It creates in us a love for Christ and then for others. When John's Gospel tells us that God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life, it combines two truths in one sentence. First, God gave his Son to us when Christ came into the womb of a virgin and emerged from it as a newborn infant. He came to share our humanity from its beginning, as an embryo cradled in the body of a teenage virgin who can measure the distance between the brightness of the throne of glory and the darkness of the womb of Mary. This mystery is the wonder of the incarnation. But that is not the only sense of the verb gave in John 3:16, as becomes clear in the context. The Father who gave his Son to us in the incarnation also gave up for us at Calvary. That is how God proves his love for us. When we are weak and helpless, sinners and enemies, he gave his Son to die for us. The mystery of the wonder of crucifixion. Together, these constitute one great mystery of the gospel. The Son of God came down for us and for our salvation. And in the presence of this mystery, pride is asphyxiated. Proud? Who can be proud? There is no room for boasting except in this: love came down at Christmas. I want to take a moment to thank you for reading along with us today from the book Love Came Down at Christmas. We would like to thank the Good Book Company for graciously allowing us to share this book in its entirety with our followers from camp. To purchase a copy of this book for yourself or for a loved one, please go to thegoodbook.com or Amazon. The links can be found in the description of these readings that we are sharing with you. If you enjoy this book and want to learn more about the author or further publishings, please like or follow the Good Book Company on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. We trust you have a safe, joyful, and wonderful holiday season.